Lando Norris will never be a world champion. It's a bold statement, and one I truly hope is wrong, as let's get this clear, I am a fan of Lando, not a hater, as Lando Norris is one of the most exciting talents in modern Formula 1. He's charismatic, fast, and undeniably marketable. He's everything a modern F1 driver should be. And yet, 5 years into a career, there's one thing missing: a championship. While yes, he has been driving through the era of Lewis's and Max's dominance, and now his time is coming. You just get the feeling he's just going to fall short. Is it just a bad feeling, or will he never reach his potential? Today we'll look at the tough question of why Lando Norris might never actually become an F1 world champion. You've heard it 1,000 times before. Lando Norris needs the fastest car to win. Yes, Lando is crazy fast, in the right machinery. We've seen it many times throughout his career, putting in excellent performances, getting multiple race wins. But there is a growing sense that Lando may be a driver that needs the perfect car beneath him in order to truly shine. Compare that to someone like Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton. Max, on multiple occasions, has dragged the fourth fastest car on the grid to a victory. For example, most recently in Japan. Even Leclerc has pulled wins out the bag in a Ferrari that should have been nowhere near the top step. And with Lando, there is much less evidence of that. He's only started picking up wins in his career when he's been given the fastest car. He's a smooth technical driver, but he's not necessarily the kind of driver who thrives when the car is on the edge. When McLaren has struggled, so has he. And it begs the question, is Lando the kind of driver that can elevate a car, or is he the kind that needs to be elevated by it? And this is really the difference between a race winner and a world champion. And then there's Oscar Piastri, the silent rival. McLaren's rookie sensation has been turning heads since day one. He's calm, calculated, and he's brutally efficient. Yeah, he doesn't say much, like, at all, and he will occasionally crack a smile, but mainly he just lets his performances do the talking. And here's the uncomfortable truth. In qualifying and race pace, Oscar is already very close to Lando, and arguably in some scenarios, ahead. Lando is in his 5th season now in Formula 1, and he should be comfortably beating a newer driver. But he isn't. Oscar's temperament is completely different. No radio meltdowns.
He just turned across me in the braking.
No overdriving, no panicking, just quiet, clinical execution. And this is exactly what is needed for a world champion. This leads many to believe that it's Piastri, not Norris, that is McLaren's best hope for a title winner. Yes, it is still very early, but the signs are there, and they are very intriguing. And under the guidance of Mark Webber, surely Lando has some serious looking over his shoulder to do. Lando's emotional side could impact his championship battle. Lando does wear his heart on his sleeve, and we all love him for it. He's honest, unfiltered, and hilarious on the radio. But that emotional transparency does have a flip side. It sometimes leads to irrational decisions or moments of self-doubt. In high-pressure races, Lando's radio messages often become frantic, such as Russia in 2021. The call to stay out on slicks in changing weather conditions cost him what would have been his first win. McLaren made a mistake, yes, but Lando's tone made it hard for the team to challenge his decision. You contrast this with the temperament of Hamilton or Verstappen. Even under chaos, these two world champions thrive on composure. It gives their teams clarity and gives them control. Lando, for all his skill, hasn't yet shown that championship-level detachment. And in a sport decided by split-second decisions, this can make all the world a difference. Whilst yes, he will get better with age, sometimes it's hard to change the very fabric of someone's being. Can Lando Norris handle the pressure of a championship battle is likely something you've heard many times. Championships often decided in moments of pressure. One mistake, one lapse of concentration, one wrong call can make or break your season. And pressure, real race-altering pressure, has not always brought out the best in Lando Norris. Take Imola 2021, and even recent close battles with Ferrari or Red Bull, Max, has shown that when stakes rise, Lando can sometimes retreat. Whether it's strategy hesitation, over-aggression, silly mistakes he wouldn't normally make, or simply second-guessing himself, there is a pattern. Compare this to Verstappen, who fries under the pressure of championship weight, or Hamilton, whose best races often come when everything was on the line and there's absolutely zero margin for error. We are yet to see if Lando can actually sustain the pressure of a full season title fight, and until then, that will always remain a question mark on his resume. And Formula One is much a psychological sport as well as a physical one, with races that can be lost before even stepping into the car. World champions are ruthless. They aren't necessarily the most liked in the paddock, especially when they're winning, but they're relentless. Schumacher, Alonso, Vettel, Hamilton, Verstappen, all of them played the mind game as hard as the on-track one. Lando, he's likeable, relatable, he's a fan favourite, but does he have that relentless steeliness, that kill or be killed edge? And when you're fighting for a world championship, there's no room for softness in mentality, mindset and execution, and there's definitely no room for friends on the track. So far, Lando has shown flashes of grit, but not yet the full championship mentality. But look, none of this is to say it's over for Lando Norris. I still believe he has the potential to be a world champion. He's still young, younger than many drivers that were when they hit their peak. He's grown and matured over the years, and with McLaren's resurgence in 2023 and 2024, the opportunity could be coming. But the competition is only getting stronger. Verstappen is dominant, Piastri is hungry, Ferraris, Mercedes and Aston Martin are all on their heels. The window of opportunity is narrow and it is closing fast. To be a world champion, Lando will need more than speed. He'll need composure, ruthlessness and the ability to drag himself to a victory, even when the odds are not in his favour. The 2025 season has started off well so far. If he can maintain his composure and form throughout the season, he will undoubtedly be a contender and hopefully can get his hands on the World Drivers' Championship trophy. So, that begs the question, will Lando Norris ever be a world champion? The talent is there, the fan base is there, and the car is definitely there. But until he proves he can rise above the pressure, the politics, and perfectionism required to win a title, it will remain one of F1's most intriguing what-ifs. Let me know honestly in the comments below if you think Lando is destined to be a world champion, or if he will fall short. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel if you want to see more F1 content.